My name is Alex Gracia, or some of you may know me as the Pink Dream. January 9th, 2020. I have 12,352 followers. Is a photo I took when I was doing the Maxim CoverGirl contest, of course, and that has 2,304 likes. My friend Derek Henry, he has 1 million followers. I think he's the person with the most followers, I'm pretty sure. So one-on-one, I've had a match with Taya. I have been able to wrestle Jordan Grace, Utami at Stardom for the Future of Stardom title. About 1,200 when I was in Japan at Kirkenhall. I definitely have fun every time I wrestle at Reality of Wrestling, but something about wrestling at Kirkenhall in Japan was just mind-blowing to me. So literally my first time performing there, right afterwards, I called my mom and I was just crying hysterically on the phone. She thought something happened, but it was just finally like hitting me like, this is where you are. And so that had to be one of the coolest places by far. I don't really get recognized in public. Like, there have been rare instances. If I do get recognized, definitely like if I go to a wrestling show or something like that, because then you just have wrestling fans there. But there was this one time I was at the post office and a little boy with his mom, he tapped on my shoulder and was like, "Are you the Pink Dream?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah." So, and he asked me for a picture. So you get like little random moments like that. But besides like wrestling shows, I wouldn't say like it's a crazy amount of times. Advice I would give myself a year from now is to just relax. I would say I get in my own head a lot and you tend to like miss moments and can just become overwhelming. And I would say, just relax. Like, you got it, girl. So 1 year ago around this time is when I had my first Stardom tour, and I would say just embrace every single moment. Like, don't go crazy Googling yourself and looking what people are writing about you on blogs and like letting that get you down, because you're living your dream and you're in Japan and getting to train with some of the best girls in the world, and people are watching you that you don't even know who are watching you yet. And you're about to have some opportunities that you're not even aware of. So I would just say embrace every moment and live for the moment. Definitely Rey Mysterio. He's just like on top of the world, and he is like one of the smaller guys, and I feel like I can relate to that. But once you get him going, like, you can't stop him. Like, I could just put on any Rey Mysterio match and I'm just full out entertained and in awe. No, I have not met him, but hopefully someday that'd be really cool. Hopefully I don't just like fangirl or freeze, but I'm gonna like keep my composure as much as possible. Going to Stardom, but also my WWE tryout. My mom, I talk to her every single day. I try to call my grandparents as often as possible, and time can really get away from you, so I really try to be like, I haven't talked to my sister in a while, let me text her, let me message her, because family really is important and they got your back no matter what, and we can just get so distracted. But definitely my mom, that's one I talk to every single day. She kind of keeps me level-headed. Okay, I'm obsessed with Frozen. So, and especially now that Frozen 2 is out, I'm just as obsessed. Like, it was just as good. So, yeah, I would say Frozen. These are not real diamonds, but hopefully someday they will be real diamonds. All the time. But I would say it's mostly pressure I put on myself, and I just have high expectations for myself and high standards for myself, and I just need to learn how to relax. Learn how to relax, because things will be a lot better when you just like learn how to trust yourself. No, I do not have a boyfriend. I would say like I don't have time for one because I really don't, but I also don't like making it sound like you have excuses. But really, like, I believe in like building a relationship, and there just isn't a lot of time to be able to have like a relationship with somebody. So I'm not opposed to it, but at the same time, it's like not on my priority list at all. Getting in my own head and letting myself get overwhelmed and letting myself get over anxious, because all it does is it prevents you from making the most out of every opportunity and making the most out of every moment. And it can definitely just drive you crazy thinking that you're not where you should be, or you're not doing what you should be, or just letting every little mistake or failure just get to you when that's a part of the entire process. And so you got to learn how to be like, this is what's pushing me further and this is what's helping me grow. And so not every failure is a negative. There, like, you grow from all of them, and all it is what you make of it. You can't make everybody happy. I'm a really big people pleaser. I like positivity around me, and I try to be as friendly and nice to everybody that I can, but no matter what, and there are just going to be some people who just don't like you for whatever reason. And so I would just say, like, just keep being yourself and don't question who you are as a person if you know that you are a good person and you are trying to do the right things. And so just keep doing you and doing your best. Sasha Banks, I mean, she's the boss, of course, but like, just her whole, like, when she left and she came back, like, she just came back with a whole different swag about her, just from the beginning anyways, like, from her NXT days. Like, she's just amazing. But I mean, to be across the ring from someone like that who's just so confident in themselves, I feel like would really bring out the best of you. So I would love, love, love to go back to Japan. I just loved it so much. But I would love to wrestle in Mexico. I would love to go to the UK or Australia. Like, there are just so many places I want to go. I want to go to all of them. Pink! I would say my style is pink and sparkly, but also functional at the same time. Like, I dress for the occasion. So even if I am pink and sparkly, like, if I'm working out, I'm gonna be in some clothes that I can sweat in and get down and dirty. So it's just about dressing for the occasion, but I'm still able to like be myself at the same time. Personally, the wrestling industry saved my life. Like, I was just not in a great place before I entered it, and just the people and the atmosphere and just the fans you get to meet along the way, like, it's literally allowed me to be myself and feel like I can be myself. And I know that it can get really competitive, and a lot of jealousy happens and this and that, but no matter what, I feel like deep down, like, I mean, we all are a family, and we're not around like our blood family a lot. And so, like, no matter what, and no matter how you feel about someone or your opinion on someone, like, we do take care of each other. And so, I mean, it's a lifesaver, honestly. No one is going to do the work for you, so you have to go and work your butt off and go get the work done yourself. And I was told from the beginning going into wrestling, like, people are going to make excuses all the time as to why you get opportunities or as to why you're becoming successful. And they're like, no matter what, you work your butt off, because that is one thing that no one can take away from you. They can't take away the time you spend at training, the time you take traveling, the time you spend in the gym. So that's something that no one can ever deny about you. So I would just say always work your hardest and do your best, and just make sure you're always constantly improving. Go and make sure that you're always the hardest working person in the room. And when you are the hardest working person in the room, then you need to move to another room, because you need to be constantly pushing yourself and constantly recognizing when it's time to grow, when you're not growing anymore. And don't be afraid to like take that leap and bet on yourself, because it's going to be a lot of betting on yourself and creating opportunities for yourself before opportunities come knocking at the door for you. You are so much stronger physically and mentally than the person sitting in this chair right now. And I am so proud of you for that. And you don't think you're doing it, but you're doing it. And you have no idea, but things are just going to keep getting better and better and better and better.